Don't forget your spacer, which goes on there. The clutch is in place. It gets the flanged 17 millimeter and the big washer goes on there first. Torque spec, I don't know, probably 40 foot-pounds or so. I do have the tool that you're supposed to use, or that you can use, to hold things from spinning around side here. Gets that. Gets this. Nice and smooth. Then, of course, we got to get the belt on as well. Holding the back so the rollers don't fall out. Put that section on first, then slide your spacer here. Make sure there's no grease or oil on that, because the belt is going to touch that section as well. When you took it off originally, pay attention to see if there were any washers on the back side of this. In my case, there were not, but yours might be different. So pay attention if you have any washers on the back side of the pulley here when you remove it. Use both hands to pull the outer pulley towards me. Requires quite a bit of force, and at the same time kind of using my fingers to push the belt as far down on here as possible to get it as close to the center as possible, so that you get some room up here, just like that. And then you can go about putting the front end on here. This is splined, so make sure you get the splines on there. Make sure the belt is not hanging up anywhere. Oh, yeah. So this has got to go this way. This is for the Kickstarter. So when you ram down on the Kickstarter, this section right here engages with this and then spins the engine over. So that's why that is in that orientation. But yeah, that's the way it should go, because it has to engage that. When we put the cover on, it's got to engage this right here. There you go. As you can see, a little bit of the spline is sticking out there, right there. See that? Right there. Not much. And this is splined as well. This is the kickstart pawl. You can see. So that has to be splined there, because when this engages, it has to spin the engine. And this is the engine crankshaft. So that just hooks on to that spline right there. It's recessed, but it hooks on well enough that when you do the kickstart, the splines have to be engaged on that, otherwise it's not going to turn the engine. So that leaves us with the small washer, which must go right here. And then the nut, which has some blue paint on it. I also do not know the torque setting, so we're going to use the German standard, Guten Tight. Even though the scooter was made in China. These are both 17 millimeter. 17 on that one, 17 on that one. And of course the tool that I purchased has two different size shafts on there. The larger shaft you can just kind of hook into the openings here. But on this side it's supposed to slide into those holes, but clearly they said this one was good for the 150cc. Clearly, those need to be drilled out a little bit for that to actually happen. I'm about, maybe half a millimeter too small on the hole size. Maybe I can get it in between on the fins. You just don't want to break off your fins on here. That's how the tool is. It worked fine as long as you don't overdo it. For this, I could probably just drill those out 1 millimeter larger. See if I can get those pins to fit in, but got a couple blocks of wood underneath there. Do the same for the back one. Start it up and see how we're doing as far as engagement. If I'm satisfied, then I will put the cover on. Won't really know for sure until actually got weight on it and you're riding normally. Give you some idea how smooth the movement is on the front. The back one here is the one that moves here, and then on this one it's the front one. That one's stationary, and then this one is stationary on the front. Seems to be working fine as far as the movement goes of the as they come together and move apart. They go in opposite directions, so when this one's closing, this one's opening, and vice versa. So everything seems to be okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the cover on. Get the actual real test when get all the weight on it and see how it accelerates, decelerates, and see if I'm getting any more of that jerkiness off when I start from a stop. Hopefully that is gone.